Hey Taurus, this is your weekly general reading for the last week of February as we move into March. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Or if you have a lot of Taurus placements in your chart, this could be for you. Remember the drill, take what resonates, throw out what doesn't, don't force it to make it fit. So we've got Neptune and Saturn moving from Pisces into Aries. This is just taking place, which connotes that your dreams can be implemented into reality more easily. And this shift in energy. So any dreams you've got in the pipeline, then this could be the beginning of you being able to bring them into reality. Now I wonder if you've been feeling overburdened at work, or overburdened with changes, communications. Some of you, not all of you, you're overburdened because you've been moving around a lot. You've been more active of recent weeks than you have been for a while, and I feel you've had to be adjusting to something new, Taurus. It might be taking its toll, or it could be now, only now, that it's beginning to feel like it's taking a bit of a toll on you. Perhaps you were all systems go, linked with some kind of change, and now you're feeling it. In whichever respect you're faced with choices this week, could be linked just that you're juggling quite a lot. Especially some of you, but not all of you have moved recently, moved jobs or moved location, moved something. So there's been a change. But you're learning through it. This is your strength for this week. You're learning whatever difficulties you may have been dealing with recently. You're banking that knowledge. You're learning as you go. Could be a new job, could be a new scenario that you're having to learn as you go. For some of you, not all of you, you're having to keep up, learn as you go. Adjust, adapt. King of Cups in reverse. Some of you may have broken up with somebody, or some of you may need to get near a body of water to help revive yourself. I think something, Taurus, has given you a bit of a headache recently, some grief, some discomfort, because you also could have been staying up too late, or finding it difficult to switch off of an evening. And something worrying you, and it may be money, possibly. I feel like some of you, not all of you, walked away from something that wasn't comfortable anymore. Perhaps it wasn't paying you enough. Perhaps you walked away because you had no other choice. It could be a relationship, could be a job. You know, Taurus, yeah, but there is something bothering you. You see yourself as needing more rest. I feel this is an issue. I feel you see yourself as needing more rest because you had a lot on your plate. You've been through something that's changed you. You're moving to calmer waters, but you know it's going to get easier for you. But for the time being, it feels like a kind of slog. This week could feel like, you know, there's a lot you have to be focused on. You know, money's gonna be better. Somebody might also be helping you. You might be connected with another Taurus or an Earth sign, and they're helping you because they've had a similar experience to you, or they relate to you. And this person, I feel, is new. A new friend or a new colleague who's going to help you. Well, you're not procrastinating. That's something for sure. You're not being complacent this week. You're not going to take anything for granted either. Because I feel as if something's happened that's you enabled you to get out of one kind of tricky situation in order to get into a better one. And I think you've done that through your own self-discipline and determination. But you're still adapting. I'm feeling as if you're still adapting. Sagittarius energy. It's not as if you're not good at adapting to change, but I feel as if you manage, you cope, and from time to time I feel as if you still have sort of one toe kind of connected to where you were, or a little bit in your recent past. An element of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Sometimes I feel you can be prone to doing that this week. I feel like you're also going to be recouping some of the money you might have had to shell out January. Maybe there was some quite heavy cost that you had to expend on something, maybe even a move or change or something you had to spend money on, and now you're beginning to see how it's going to come back in, and not particularly quickly, but it's going to. You're also like enjoying at work, I'm feeling in particular, enjoying communicating with others around you, and you have a good rapport with I believe with most of your colleagues. I feel like you don't, Taurus, you don't feel like you want to burden anybody though, with any, you don't want to be in like complaining, moaning, mini kind of space. Because you're seeing you're not, things will, you're going to be able to implement all the things you need to do, especially with this new planetary shift. But I believe that you know it's going to take you a little bit of time, and you don't always have the patience. You need to work on that, and anything you do as well this week. Don't do in a hurry. Be careful about anything you do. Be mindful and present when you're doing things. Don't rush anything, especially when it comes to work, any admin you're dealing with, or even your home life. So don't rush, and don't rush breaks. When you take breaks, take them, enjoy them, don't rush them. You can help Taurus. Yeah, drop the clock. You could be too time aware. This is what I mean. You could be very time aware because you have like a due date or a deadline, or you feel you've got to meet this. It could be that you have to meet a bill or a particular payment for a particular time. You don't need to really hurry. You're worried if you're going to be able to meet all of the responsibilities that you have. And I feel as if you're not getting enough me time, and you're getting enough time for yourself to unwind. That you've got your eye on the clock constantly. Work might be really demanding, and you're going to have to need to take time out where you can literally not be focused on, you know, the time, the hours in a day. Maybe you need to, if you partnered, you also need to be more romantic. You could be coming across as a little bit detached, Taurus. Yeah, it could be calm. You need to welcome calm. Find time this week to do that, to be calm, drop the clock, go on like a nature walk or something like that, where you can stop looking at the time, the clock. And you're spontaneous. You possibly need to be a little bit more spontaneous than you have been. Sometimes I feel, Taurus, at some points this week I feel as if you're going to have to throw caution to the wind, go and do something different, something you wouldn't normally do out of your normal routine. I feel as if you had this change, I feel as if this week you're going to be keeping up with the changes and the demands being made of you. But you must take care of yourself, and to have patience with yourself, and be gentle with yourself and others this week. And if you feel that somebody is around you who's being, divisive or duplicitous, don't you know, keep out of their energy. Don't allow them to, you know, bother you. You could be putting effort into something this week that isn't really worth your effort, so be careful. Watch out, you know, for what you think you want. Might not be what you really want. You know, it might be a purchase that you're thinking of making, but it's something you don't really want. Yeah, you might, and also it might be something you feel you need to do with regards to, say, work or home life or family life, but you don't really need to do it. It could be that it's just habitual. So watch habits, as I'm getting here. You also might be getting memories as well. Memories looking back over the last few weeks that are coming back up to surface. Unwanted, you know, memories you don't want to actually have to think about. But these are just there to guide you into not making, you know, similar mistakes, perhaps. If you don't get any quiet time this week, you will find yourself burning out, especially with this new energy coming in with the Saturn and Neptune moving to Aries. It's like, I feel that across the board, you know, there's need to speed things up. So you need that balance. You know, here you have the Two of Pentacles. You're going to need to make sure you balance out your activity. You know that you may be feeling frenetic, that you need to have all the I's and T's, the I's dotted and the T's crossed. When you don't, you need to take things slowly and methodically, and don't put too much pressure on yourself either for this next week. I hope that was helpful, Taurus. Like, share, subscribe. I also hope you could hear me okay. And I'll upload your next weekly next week. No. Have a good week, and make sure you take time out. Don't be a slave to the clock. Okay, lots of love. Bye.